Hey guys, this is Sunny from Rippin' Lips. I'm going to show you how to change the bearings on the Quantum Smoke 150 series to the Boca orange seal bearings, the ceramic orange seal high precision bearings. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so here's the tools you'll need. Regular Q-tip with both ends, a Q-tip with one end and the other end cut off, a small flathead, and then just a Phillips, something that's going to fit directly in the center of this bearing or pretty close to it, not too loose. You want something that when you tip it, it only tips a little bit. That way you can tip it and then slide it out so the bearing comes out. Okay, let's get into this bearing upgrade. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to take out the first bearing. First, what we're going to want to do is locate the switch on the bottom of the reel, which is here. So you're going to push that to the side, which it has grooves, so you can kind of do it like this. Spin the side cap down. I'm just going to pull it off. We'll set this aside. Now what we're going to want to replace is the bearing right here. So the first thing you want to do is locate your first bearing, which is this one right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, there's a clip inside of here, a locking clip. It's right here along the edge. Now you're going to find the split, which is right there and right there. And what you want to do is cover the lock ring with, you want to cover half of it with your thumb. So you're going to cover half of it and then take the tip of your flathead and put it right in one of the edges and pop it up. Now we're gonna, let me get this to focus a little better. There we go. So what we're going to do is hold, you can see that clip there. I'm going to hold my finger over half of it. And you're going to lift this piece until the bottom corner comes up. Now all you have to do is just pull it off. Now that it's out. Okay, there it is. And we're going to make sure that we put this in a safe place, so that'll be right there. And to get this bearing out, what we're going to do is we're going to use the Phillips head with a little bit bigger tip. It just fits in there. Perfect. Just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to tip it to the side a little bit and then just pull back on it. Just take it very soft. Get it just right. There we go. There's the stock bearing. Now this bearing has metal guards, metal shields right here, where the Boca has an orange seal, which is and these bearings spin very well. Okay, now to put this one back in, what we're going to do is we're just going to place that on there. Take your Q-tip, level it off, make sure it's flat, and then push it right directly in the center until it's all the way down. We're going to take our clip, our lock, and you're going to put half back in and hold it with your thumb and just push that end back in with your finger, just like that. And then just make sure that it's actually straight and it's all clipped in. There we go. That's one. Alright, Alright, moving on to the next bearing. What we're going to need is, we're going to need the reel. We're going to just slide the spool out. We're going to just put this aside. And what we're going to replace is the bearing that's in here. So we're going to be taking out that lock ring, which is going to be the same way that you were taking out the bearing for this. Let's move this back so you can see it. It's the same exact clip as this one. So what we're going to do is we'll put this in a way that you can see it. I'm going to cover half of the clip with my finger. I'll actually do the bottom of it. So I'll cover half the clip with my finger, and then I'm going to tip that other one, the other side up. So I'm going to get the corner of it, tip it, and pull it back a little bit, just so it exposes itself, just like that. And now you can just take it out. Should really have no tension against it. So there it is. Just let that fall. I'm going to put that here. Now to get this bearing out, this bearing comes out pretty easy. I'm just going to put the screwdriver tip through the back into there to the edge of it, and just slightly just pull it. It comes out very easy. Let that fall. And there's that bearing. And this again has the metal seal. I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to grab the new bearing. Get that out of there. Okay. Now this bearing, I'll give you the size of this one. This one is the... Okay, this one is the 4 by 11 by 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bearing, and this is for the inner part of the spool. This is the inner spool bearing. So we're going to push this right in there, and like always, I'm going to put it in just enough where it's level. And then this one I'm going to use my finger, just make sure that it's all the way in there. Then we're going to take the clip, put the clip back on there enough where it's on the top. And then, just like always, we're going to put just the corner in. So one corner is already in. And I'm just going to finesse it in here. Make sure it's in. Oh, let's do that again. So I'm going to put one corner in. It's kind of hard to show you at the same time. So one corner is in now, and now I'm just going to push the other end in. Oh, yep, just push one corner in. There it is. That's it. Alright, let's do the other side. Okay, now we're going to replace the bearing in the tension knob for the spool. So what we're going to do is we're going to want to get the arm up and down, and you want to make sure that the spider for the drag, the actual star for the drag, you want to make sure that there's an opening so that you can unscrew this and get it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin this. Try not to hit the handle so it don't move. We're going to just lift that off and put this aside. Now what we're going to be removing is the lock on this side. It's actually the audible click. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our flathead, and I'm going to take my thumb and put it over half, and then there's the audible click is just like the clip that's in there, but it's a little bit more flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the screwdriver, and I'm just going to push the edge just to pop it loose. Doesn't have much tension against it, so it's not going to go flying. Just let that edge come up, and then I'm going to push the other edge There we go. Just cut that out. Okay, there it is. And it's a good thing to use a towel, just in case anything goes flying. It won't bounce off of this. It will actually sit. If it falls, it will fall onto the towel and stay there. So there's the audible click. Just a little lock. We'll put that up here. And now we got the same kind of lock that we had on the other bearings, which is smaller. So what we're going to have to do is tip this one out. Just have your thumb there. It's kind of hard to show you, but I'm going to have to just pop it out. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop the other side out. Okay, and then just tip it out. There it is. It's very small, so you don't want to lose this. There's that one. We're going to put that one up there. And to get this bearing out, we're going to take our Q-tip with the cut end and push it right through the backside where the gear is. We're actually going to push it through the gear, and then we're just going to let it sit there, and then I'm going to turn it around so I can see, and then it's going to push that bearing out. Okay, we'll do that again. Just push it right out. There it goes. And there's the bearing. And this one is the 3 by 8 by 4. Okay, put that over here on the plastic. Here's the new bearing, orange seal. So now I'm just going to place the new bearing right on top of the hole. Make sure that's all the way down. And it is, fits in there perfect. So you're going to take your little clip and you're just going to drop it in there. And you can let the end drop in because it's actually kind of a little bit deeper than the regular bearings. And just take the tip of your screwdriver and make sure one side is down and in. Okay, just like that. That one's in. Now just push down on the center, the end of one of the other end that's up, and just push it down until it clicks. And it goes all the way down into the groove that's closest to the bearing. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get a light. There you go. It's that right there. Alright, now we're going to put the audible click back in. Now, there's two things to note here. There's a smaller groove right there. That's on the bottom of the reel. And then there's a bigger groove right there that's missing. That's on the top of the reel. And the audible click, this ring right here, is the thing that makes the knob click as you spin it. So there's little nubs in there. Let me show you. There's little nubs inside of there, and that's how it clicks when you turn it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the audible click and we're going to put the nose tip first into the small side. So we're going to take that and put that right in, and I'm just going to hold that down just like that. Sorry if you can't see it, it's kind of a hard thing to show at the same time. But then just push it down with your fingers, and just to make sure it's centered, just tip it with a screwdriver. Just make sure just fluff it just enough to make sure that it's sitting right. Alright, and there we go. Auto clicks back in. So it's going to take the knob, and there's a little pieces taken out right there. Just line it up with that. and just get it started. Just tighten it up until it catches the thread. There we go. Now we're gonna put the spool back in. We're gonna put the brake plate back on. And my tape is a little messed up here. Let me fix that. Whew. Big difference. I think I got 8 seconds of spinning free spool. The knob's all the way loose. You always got the gap. And then make sure your brake's off on the side when you do these tests. On this one I'll just spin it and then I'll press the thumb so you can see it spinning. Let me do that again, sorry. Alright, thanks a lot. That's just a replacement of the Boca orange seal ceramic bearings, high precision. And this is the Smoke 150. Try them out, you're going to like it. You're going to get a lot more cast, distance on your cast, a lot better free spool, and just overall better bearings. Alright, thank you. Alright, the inner spool bearing is a 1 by 11 by 4. The brake plate bearing is a 3 by 10 by 4. Spool tension knob bearing is a 3 by 8 by 4.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.